Hi, welcome back to Rebecca's Travels. Today I'm going to be talking about Ibiza, which is in the Balearic Islands and is part of Spain. So let's jump right into it. Ibiza is a very beautiful island. We was there for a week, 7 days, and Ibiza's jam-packed with lots of things to do. You can get lively resorts like San Antonio and Ibiza town, and also quieter resorts like Portinax and well, where we were, Figuerettes. We stayed in some apartments, and for saying it was out of season in April time, we had lots of entertainment. All these entertainers basically practicing for the year in high season, and then they would go off to different hotels and apartments. Again, the room it was good. Again, we had to have like 2 beds converted into sofa, and mum and dad had their room, but it was like a sofa bed, so you could have a sofa in the daytime, then convert it into a bed at night time. Again, that's probably not for everybody, or you could just keep it just as beds and not a sofa. But even so, it was still a nice apartment. We had a lovely view of the pool, and the apartment's name were the Rialto. Next door was also the Lido apartments, and they had their own pool as well. But those two apartments were like joined together, and you could share the facilities in either the apartments. Again, Figuerettes again is a quiet resort, but it is near Playa and Bossa Resort, which is a large resort with a fabulous water park, and it does have some bars and restaurants and shops for you to go and visit. Figuerettes itself has restaurants, cafes, and a few bars, and it's also walkable into it's at Ibiza town, which is a lot livelier, and again there's a range of shops, nightclubs, pubs, and restaurants in Ibiza town to visit, and also there's an old town to visit in Ibiza town as well, which is again really nice to see. They do have nice beaches as well. Playa and Bossa again is more of a large family resort with a water park. It does have a nice beach as well, but the beach is a lot more busier in Ibiza town than what it is in Figuerettes. also, when we was in Ibiza, we went to San Antonio town, which again has a beautiful beach, and obviously San Antonio is very lively at night with lots of pubs, nightclubs, bars, restaurants. Again, throughout San Antonio town, Playa and Bossa, Ibiza town, there's a wide variety of hotels and apartments and bed and breakfasts to choose from. Also probably some studios and villas also, which are, and bungalows are self-catering as well. Again, but I would have to say for in my opinion, the most beautiful beaches to last, which is the resort Portinax that we went and visited, because we had the car for a day, and again, Portinax is an amazing, beautiful place. It is the quietest place, but it does have some shops, like souvenir shops, some bars and some restaurants, but it has a beautiful beach. It's a beach that's fared in, or the beaches at Portinax fare in a variety of movies. Again, some of the beaches are like busier, but it's just a beautiful place. Again, could get again water sports in the beaches throughout Ibiza. The ones in Playa and Bossa, again water sports there, and San Antonio you can get water sports there, and Ibiza town. Water sports there for water sports enthusiasts. Also there's a glass bottom boat as well, that goes from San Antonio town. There's also San Antonio Bay, which is, if you did want to still be near to San Antonio town, the bay is basically just a few miles away from the town, in walking distance, and that is the quieter end of San Antonio. Again, lots of hotels to choose from there, and a beautiful sandy beach as well. So yes, what else I was going to say about it, from your apartments or accommodation, you can get lots of excursions. Sometimes they include a blanket trip for half a day. It depends on the tour operator, which is a free trip, basically to see Ibiza, or for half a day. And also you can book other excursions to other places like water parks, and if you don't particularly want to travel by bus or taxi, but again there's lots of buses and taxis, and again car hire is cheap. It is more expensive than the mainland Spain, but it is still cheap in comparison to, say, Greece or Turkey or other places in the world. And again, if you hire a car, then you get to see a lot of the island as well. But again, it really depends on whether you want to go off the beaten track, where no tourists ever go to in Ibiza, or whether you want to stay in touristy places with car hire, but again, most people in Spain speak English, especially if you're in a resort. May not be so much out of the touristy resorts, but they do speak English. Also, Spain's other language apart from Spanish is Portuguese, so you could get them speaking Portuguese as well, which is said to be a similar language to Spanish. Again, there's various places where you can change currency in Ibiza at well, there's hotels, but it's probably best if you don't go to hotels and find the best currency exchange. So therefore you're getting the best currency exchange for your money. Again, there's safes in hotels and apartments which you can hire. Again, there's a wide variety of food. There's street food, there's like tapas bars, which is basically some like Spanish food in all different dishes, and obviously you can buy a drink as well. And again, lots of cafes and restaurants and fast food, and just a wide variety out there for you, whether you're on a high or medium or low budget. There's something for you. There's lots of supermarkets and shops where you can buy things, and if you're self-catering, make your own. And if you're self-catering, you don't have to eat out all the time. A lot of people do like to eat out a lot of the time, but you don't have to. It's obviously completely up to you. Again, hotels have again a wide variety of food available, and a lot of them are buffet based, so you can basically pick what you want, and you can have as much and as little as you want also. Again, hotels vary on whether you have an all-inclusive package, half board. You can also get apart hotels as well, which is hotel and apartments or hotel and studios, whatever. There's also again a lot of variety of accommodations to suit your needs. Some people like hotels on the beach. Some people again like hotels in the mountains, but it depends really what you want, or in the town centre, or it depends really what you're looking for. But again, if you Google it, your hotel and resort, then it'll tell you about the resort, more about the resort that you're going to and what there is to do. But again, there's always trips out that you can go on, and basically you can make your own itinerary if you want to. So yes, it's basically all good, and I would definitely recommend you going to Ibiza. I would love to go back personally in the future, just to see whether it's changed, because when we went in the 90s, according to Mum, it changed from when she went into the 1970s. So yes, and Ibiza Airport, or Ibiza Town Airport, you can get lots of flights within the UK and other places around. So we did go from Birmingham at the time, but my auntie at the time, she went from East Midlands, but we went from Birmingham at the time because the flight times were better for us, and we didn't really want to wait until midnight to get a flight. Some people again like morning flights, because if you do have a morning flight, obviously it's more expensive than afternoon and night time, but obviously you're not losing that day. With some flight times you do have to wait around, and obviously you do get that extra day there with some flight times, if it's on the way back a night, a time flight, but again, that's just part and parcel of a charter holiday. Obviously if you have morning flights, then going there in the morning and coming back in the morning, or morning afternoon flights, then obviously the flight prices are likely to be higher than having nighttime flights, but that's wherever you're travelling to. So yes, if you do visit Ibiza, I hope you have a brilliant time. Please keep watching, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next travel video, which again is going to be Mallorca, but it's going to be a slideshow. Therefore I'm going to show you exactly what Mallorca is like as an island, to visit, and then you can get an idea whether it's going to be your type of place where you would like to visit. I know Spain is very popular with us UK visitors, but yes, I realise maybe in high season that it might not be your thing, and you may be better going in low season if you don't want the temperatures to be as hot or as high, and if you go in low season, then it's a lot quieter than and less busier than high season. But again, please keep watching, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next travel video, which is, like I've said before, is going to be a slideshow of Mallorca. I've got more slideshows to come of Minorca and Ibiza, so please keep watching. Thank you. Bye.